Many here, they were assisted by Honorable Charles Siyauya to aspire accommodation in the University of Namibia, the one of which I will reveal now. I don't know whether he is around here. He's Gracious Mubita, the Deputy Director at Zambezi Regional Council. He was one of the beneficiaries of Charles Siyauya's bravery principles. So in 1998, he was elected as SRC for accommodation at the University of Namibia. In 1999, he was appointed as a Regional Secretary, Community Development Coordinating Committee under the leadership of Honorable Bernard Spalatani as a governor. I saw him, he is around, he's in our meetings today. He can also still attest to this. In 1999, he was honored as an honorary member of the University of the Debating Society. 1999, in October, he was appointed to preside over the election which he elected Comrade Richard Chapi coming in SWAPO party candidates list when Comrade Dr. Punye Mohamba was the Secretary General of the SWAPO party and Dr. Semnayama as the President of the SWAPO party. It was this historical election that it consequently led Comrade Kami to be a member of Parliament. 2000, the year 2000, he was appointed as a Regional Secretary, Community Development Committee member and a member of the Namibian Ranking Court. 2001, he was elected as a section secretary for Dorado Valley, and his house was always the meeting place. The witnesses are Honorable Lucia Ekungu and the Comrade Julius Namoro and the Comrade Kenneth Siliman. In 2002, he was the branch executive member of Murukaze Mungunda SWAPO party under the leadership of Comrade George Trepper. In 2002, again, he was elected as the head of the youth mobilization of Windhoek West District, which resulted in the election and the win of Honorable Comrade Sophia Shaningwa as a councillor for Windhoek West constituency, taking over from DTAC head March. The witness is Comrade Sophia Shaningwa, Secretary General of the SWAPO party currently. 2004 to 2007, he was appointed as the convener and the coordinator of the UNAM task force volunteered to work at the railway construction in the northern part of the Republic of Namibia under the guidance of Dr. Simon as the Chancellor of the University of Namibia. He so praised the Lieutenant Police, our founding father. Maybe if you have seen on the pictures portrayed here, they were like together as one. And they almost died the same month. June 2007, he was, in fact, in 2007, yes, he was appointed as a SWAPO party youth league chairperson assigned to Mohammed. June 2007, he was honorary member of the University of Namibia's Debating Society. This is a meeting like I've said it. Around June 2007, he graduated from Dorimo Party School in Maputo, Mozambique, in the field of political mass mobilization. 2007 still, on April 3, he was appointed by Comrade Johnny A. Kande, Deputy Secretary General, to serve in the Technical Subcommittee on Documentation under the chairpersonship of Comrade Nana Sangula under the leadership of Dr. Semnayama, being the president of the SWAPO party. 2007, July 12, Honorable Dr. Pam Shilenga, SPYL Secretary for the International Affairs, appointed him to serve in the Protocol Security and Accreditation Committee. So 2007, September 11, in exercising his constitutional powers, vested in the secretary of the SWAPO Party Youth League, Dr. appointed him to serve in the Central Committee of the SWAPO Party Youth League for 5 years. And to some of us, we can attest that Comrade Siyauya and they were like the brothers and sisters. So when Charles got married at Prussia, Comrade was. So I should think he also attended his memorial service with them because they were like twin brothers. 2007, again to 2012, he was elected as a member of the Central Committee of the SWAPO Party Youth League. 2007-12, he was elected as a member of the SWAPO Party National Executive Committee. 2008, January 17, he passed the test of time and qualified for the Jutri cartoon, the Namibian newspaper. 2008, June 06, he was appointed by Comrade Siyauya, the SWAPO Party Youth League Secretary for Finance and Administration in the SWAPO Party Youth League fundraising committee. So 2010 in December, he was a delegate to the 7th World Festival of the Youth and the Students, which took place from 18 to 21 December 2010 in Pretoria, South Africa, jointly organized by the World Federation of Democratic Youth in collaboration with the ANC Youth League, Youth Communist Youth League of the Communist Party of South Africa. 2011, again on October 28, he passed the test of time and qualified in the newspaper, like I said. 2011, December 16, the Namibian newspaper weekend qualified him as one of the newsmaker of the year under the title Newsmaker Say the Finest Thing. Among others are Dr. Albert Kawana, Comrade Kazanambo, Comrade Arthur Tina, and Julius Malema, Comrade Vandeli, Pendikeni, Ibula Itana, and Ndue Mazibuko, and others. 2011, he was appointed on the April 12th to serve in the preparatory committee of the African China Young Leader Forum 19 to 23 May 2011. He served as the chairperson of the subcommittee for the protocol, safety and security under the office of Secretary General of the SWAPO Party. So he was in China. Perhaps maybe this is where he named himself Ching Chong, because he was in China. 2011, on June 17, he was detained in London for supporting and attending the Cuba 5 Solidarity meeting in Havana, Cuba. So he was detained in Cuba for supporting the youth in that country, in Havana. 2012, on October 18, he was nominated as a SWAPO Party delegate to the SWAPO Party's fourth Congress. On 2012, on March 28, he was appointed by Comrade Dr. Elijah Gurare to serve as the chairperson of the Safety and Security Subcommittee of the SWAPO Party Youth League 2012 Congress. 2013 November, he was offered the SWAPO Party Youth League honorary membership. 2014 August 26, he was elected and sworn in as the SWAPO Party founding councillor for the new proclaimed Bukalo Village Council, BBC. 2015 in August, he was elected as the chairperson of Bukalo Village Council. 2019, he was appointed by fellow comrades as the regional head of technical and logistics during President Dr. Hage Gengo and Dr. Sandamas East Zambezi region for the 59th anniversary of the SWAPO Party. 2019, he was reappointed as the head of technical and logistics for the final SWAPO Party Star Rally addressed by the party president, His Excellency Dr. Hage Gengo. Party C, 11 years of his work experience, that is his political career. So now we are on his work experience party C. So 11 years of work experience at UNAM, 1 year in government service. So now with his job title, the title we have, and I will also dwell on the function of that title and which year that function took place. So 1999 to 1999, the same year, he was a school teacher in Anguilla. The function there was to teach learners. And at UNAM, he was a regional center head of the then Caprivi region. This was 1999 to 2003. His function there was he was the official representative of UNAM in the Caprivi region to ensure and take care of the academic needs of all distance education students in the region, to plan and run UNAM outreach program within the community. And then another title we held was UNAM Senior Examination Officer. This was 2003 to 2004. So he was the custodian of UNAM examination question paper, coordinating all the processes of issuing UNAM degrees, diplomas, certificates, and the graduates. He never appeared in any newspaper to have been corrupt in exercising his jury assignment by the state. He also held a title, a position or a job title of UNAM as a UNAM Administrator, International Student Affairs and the Exchange Program Unity. This was in the year 2004, 2007. His main task there was to organize relevant cost-effective social, educational, and cultural events for the all upcoming and outgoing exchange students. So another job title that he held at UNAM was the coordinator of international relations, personal assistant to the Vice Chancellor of the University of Namibia. This was 2007 to 2011. His functions were there was to provide operational and strategic support to the Vice Chancellor, and all the guidance, licensing and strengthening the relationship within the universities. That was one of his roles. And then another job that he held was a campus administrator at Katimamuro UNAM campus. Most of the audience here, I should think they can also attest to this because some were his brother. He was responsible for the campus administration and the finance. There are a lot to tell. When we are on the overnight procession tonight, just a hand for me, I will tell you who Charles was. Namibia Football Association, this was one of the positions that he held. He was a Secretary General until his ultimate death. So this was he was appointed on 1 April 2024, March 3, 2025. I don't know whether you have observed this, and this is my personal observation. A person is likely to die the same month he was born. So take note of that. So the months that we normally celebrate our birthday, we are on the verge of you can either die or because a person, the months that you were born is likely to be the months that you will die. So but this academic qualification that the son of this sort attained. One was the Master's of Arts degree in Security and Strategic Studies. The two is a Bachelor's degree in Education, majoring in Economics and Social Science. 3 was a Diploma in Higher Education at UNAM. 4 was a Certificate in Forensic Investigation. 5 was plus several merits of awards and their part of certificate. This part, their part, attendance, their part. The bunch of things that the son of Saul held. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, my seniors here, because they gave me this opportunity to stay here and deliver this message, let me conclude by saying, Charles, comrade Charles Siyauya, Sikabongo Siyauya, he leaves behind his 4 children. and a son with 3 girls, and 7 brothers and 3 sisters. Comrade Siyauya has also 3 grandchildren that is living behind. Son of this soil, Charles Siyauya, if he doesn't hear us, but his soul is listening, go well, my young brother. He was my young brother. My young brother did that I wished he would be the one leading this for me, not me leading for him. This is vice versa. But anyway, I cannot question God's will. God decides, and God's decision is final. There's nothing I can do. But my brother was so blessed to turn out this side. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. I know it kept us long, but we'll try to manage time now. We have got a car registration number 7462G. It seems you know what you mean, your lights are on, please. For those among the group, we are being informed, we are live, and if you can be able to share the link to some of the brothers and some of the sisters to be connected. Please, for those on the group, we are live, try to share a link to some of the brothers and sisters. I think we haven't learned in the conclusion when the biography was given, our brother left children. It's for this reason that we are going to invite the children to come in front, and somebody accompany the children who will read a message from the children. Because I'm told there's a message that will come from the children, and the person responsible to read that message, if you can please do justice, come and deliver the message, and we bring the children. It's very important. Yabutoka, ulimuonema na wonyati, kachoro, lumema, na wonyati kwa taifa kilikuwa mune. At the same time, the Bawa to our message ya wonyati. Wamekupa. Children for the ladies. As we did in Biography, I think the person was reading a message. One of these are overlaid. Whenever I write a message about this, somebody message, one of these are number. Message, are you here?
Everyone, thank you so much for coming. I know most of you guys do not know me, some do. Last time you guys saw me, I was really young. My name is Comrades Siyauya, and I am the first child of Sikabongo Siyauya. Standing beside me is Shokobanji. That is my dad's second daughter child. And the following is Alia Siyauya. That is my father's last born daughter. The man standing beside them is my father's firstborn child, Siyauya. And next to him is Alicia. That one is our stepsister Maliku, so fond of her that she became our own blood sister. And most of you might not know, but 3-4 years ago, my dad adopted her and like she finally became a Siyauya. I think that's one secret that he died with. So yeah. Today I'm going to be reading a message out to all of you. So I hope everyone, especially your top faculties, can hear me. If you can't, please don't need to speak up. Dear Dad, we are writing this letter to you with so much love, gratitude, and a little bit of sadness because we miss you so much. Even though you're no longer with us physically, we want you to know that your spirit, your wisdom, your love will continue to guide us in each and every single day. We often think back to the moments we were all together, like last time December 2024, we went on an unforgettable road trip. Alicia, Shogo, Aliyah, and myself. Just like all times, we had the best Christmas and New Year together, laughing, sharing stories, and feeling so close despite everything that was going on around that time. It was the kind of fun and warmth we always felt to our lives, and we cherish those memories forever and ever. We always had such a unique way of teaching us, and we will never forget the words you told us so often. Whenever you wake up, look in the mirror and say, I am strong, I am successful, I am phenomenal, I am great. You shared that with us as your secret to gaining confidence and becoming the person that you are. Successful, kind, full of faith in yourself. Do you remember how you told us that you did this every day and how much it helped you become the man that we admire? It's something we still do till today. And your words will continue to remind us to believe in ourselves and to keep moving forward just like you always do. We also remember how much fun you were, always making even the smallest moments feel special. Whenever we're in the car, it was like an adventure ride each and every day, 24/7. You'd wave at random strangers and call them by their names like you knew them. You'd roll down your window and shout out, "Hey, Shogo!" But Shogo is in the car. "Oh, Aliyah!" But Aliyah is in the car just to grab our attention. Or maybe that time Alicia was sleeping and then she'd shout, "Alicia!" And Alicia would wake up. And the strangest funny thing, they would wave back with a huge smile, like they were part of some secret club or something. It always made us laugh, and we were so proud of how loved you were by everyone we met. Whether we were in town, village, or anywhere else, people would stop just to say hello and hi to you and share a moment with you. You were always so warm and kind, and everyone who met you felt it. You had a way of making people feel seen, heard, and important, especially to Chicho and I. Then I'll never forget the day you told us how much you wanted to reach 50. You say that once you turn 50, you feel like you've achieved everything you wanted in life, and then you think important to pass on. Because the average life expectancy number here is 60. And you felt like reaching 50 would be so much an accomplishment. I remember sitting outside with you one afternoon, listening to you talking about that and feeling the passion in your voice as you shared your dreams and hopes. You always had big plans, and that energy was so contagious, it inspired us, the kids. You also told us that you were writing a book about your life and how excited you were to gather more information about you, your family, and your family history. I watched you calling people, eager to learn more in pieces and learn pieces together from the stories. We learned some biography through our elders, your proud of the journey we were on, and we are all excited, or we were so excited to see where it will be. And honestly, your passing is so sudden and so sad. It still feels so unreal, and sometimes we still can't believe it. Sometimes I actually hope that, no, these are just one of these jokes. He's going to walk into the door right now. But yeah, reality is us to the point whereby we actually learn to accept that you are born. But even in the midst of our grief, we know how much you taught us and how much you gave and how much you wanted us to be strong and carry on with the confidence and faith that you always had in us. Your belief in us never wavered, and that's something we will always carry in our hearts forever and ever. We miss you so much. Words cannot even express how much we miss you. But we also feel so lucky to have had you as our father. Thank you so much for everything. For the lessons, the laughter, the love, and for always showing us the importance of kindness, confidence, and believing in ourselves. We'll keep you and your memory alive in everything that we do, and we know that you will always be with us and guiding us with your love. We love you so much and we miss you every single day, and I would love to take this opportunity to also say thank you for also giving us a brother like Chicho, because that's where I actually learned how to be strong. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. With all our love, Alicia, Chicho, Lumba, Alia, Shoko. Thank you.
That was the tribute from the children. From the assemblies of the right to come and present the achievement. The invitation, we move forward to the nieces and nephews of the late. I can see Brother Khan is coming.
Thank you very much, the director of the proceeding, for inviting me at this podium. My name is Biographical. The late Child Siyauya Sikabongo was my brother, others they use Kanzeng and so forth, but in our family, we don't use that word Kanzeng, but we're brothers. And he left us, we even calling our uncle, brothers and so on. I mean our uncles as the father. He was the only one who did the same thing, who could do that. Nevertheless, we last met with the late, it was here. I can't remember where, but it was on the was here, the lake. That was the last time we met. The director of the proceeding, it is distinct honor to be on this podium to deliver the message of condolences and indeed to celebrate the life of our classic, exceptional, extraordinary son of the soil. The late child was a helper and an advisor. And also he wanted anyone within the same vicinity to get educated. I remember in my life, he advised me to upgrade my school because I did not do well in grade 12. Therefore, I could not even qualify for further institution, for tertiary education. But he inspired me to register through NAMCO. Others, they regarded NAMCO that to use fast. But through his advice, I managed to pass and I qualified to be a teacher at the Biographical College of Education. That was his advice to me. That I appreciate so much. Besides that, Comrade Charles has achieved so many things, like you have been so far in this program. And in our family, we were born within the circle of politics. And we have made so far. It inspired me, I remember very well, when NASA was going on the verge of collapse. And by the time I was the campaign point of view, he told the late Mandela to come to Zambia, to come to the Bible. It was the late Mandela and also the current governor of Biography. And he told them to meet Rodical through the late Lukai. So, through that, it was him who was making corrections, also to bring him forth into politics. And besides that, within the famous, the late, or was someone who wanted anyone to advance. If I remember very well, you have read so far, Charles bought this first car. The Corolla, the red one, you remember very well. He's the one who taught me how to drive a car. So he was not a selfish person. It was me and my sister Muzaba, but I think she's somewhere there. So, but I tried to say, I'm not saying that, I don't say where the farm. The local person of the farm will die by one time. So, that's that, no, never go to me now. I pray for Sanaya. So, it was a good day. And there are a lot of things I can mention. Even when I got at Panama. The Riena, who wrote about the high watch out Siriban. We went into the world. It was him. So you can see what I want to do. You can take it fast. And you have heard also in the profile that in 2012 when he graduated from the SWAPO faculty, it was me that by the time we were elected in the Congress, we were the same group. That time, my late brother was graduating with corporate Johnny Lekan. We graduated. I was the only from Zambia region who could join the SWAPO faculty, central committee. So even others were saying, this SWAPO, is this for the family? So because apparently it was able to bring your CV also for you to become a center of agreement. That I did, and I was out of state, I was like, number 2. So it was through him I heard about the trip. And we went to South Africa last time. Now I have to go. And we made sure that he even paid for my passport. Then, for the first time I went to that was international, the first international experience. Because I knew to tell me those kind of where you waited, what you did for. So it was not a self-sufficient. Then, dialogue to my fellow family members, the children. In summary, the late was an educator. The late was an entrepreneur. You have seen what he has left so far. He was a farmer. He was a sports person. There are a lot of things that that's why I'm saying it's an extraordinary individual. Let us do the same. Let us continue from where we are left. With these few remarks, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's allow me to acknowledge the presence of our Honorable Governor. I'm told the Honorable Governor has joined us. Honorable Governor of the 9th Zambezi region, you're much welcome. I just want for you to take note, we have adjusted the program. The reason why we adjusted the program, we decided to actually give the attention first to the family members, the children and the family members. Then it will go out to the extended party. So it was the time now for us to get the message from those who called the late as an uncle. But I was told there was a letter that was delivered. I don't know whether someone wanted to come and speak or want us to read the message which was delivered. Can we get a signal, please? Those who called the late as an uncle, because we received one, please. Oh, she's coming. Thank you.
Greetings to you all. Standing before you is the Church of Faith and Sikabongo Siyauya. And I'll be reading a message of condolences on behalf of Siyauya's nieces and nephews. It's so heartbreaking and painful that we are gathered for a really sad occasion. We only wish that this gathering would be for a happy occasion. We're supposed to celebrate his birthday today, in this month, as we used to do, but unfortunately, he didn't leave us this month. He was a really nice and friendly man. Unique, he was one in a million. He wasn't just our uncle, he was our motivation in life, our pillar, our support system, and he was also our best friend. Uncle Charles loved each and every one of us and was everyone's favorite uncle. We didn't just lose a family member, but we've lost a soldier and an icon. He was an uncle, a father, a son, a brother, a grandfather, and a friend, also a mentor. He is really going to be missed. He taught us the true meaning of life and the importance of education. He was and still our inspiration. Everyone here knows that Siyauya was a man of jokes. He had a really big sense of humor. He was a man who disliked gossiping and telling lies. To others, Charles looked like an ordinary human being, but we didn't see him that way. Ever since we were still kids, we knew that he was our superhero. We didn't consider him our uncle, but considered him our chummy. Uncle and us could sit together as father, daughters, and son, talk about life and silly things. We don't remember a day we asked anything from Uncle and he refused. He was willing to do anything just to see others happy. He indeed was a visionary man, willing to sacrifice his happiness to others. He is gone, yes, but will forever be remembered. His figures and memories will forever stick with us. He was the light of his family, always spreading joy, jokes. In life, he went through a lot.
he enjoyed so many things. Maybe the world wasn't really fair to you, Uncle, but God has his own reasons. The memories we share together will forever be cherished and valued deeply, especially the ones we shared in this December. Niupula masekuti, vaktua mrakiti testimony and amasunati. He was the man who made us testimony. And when he told us to eat, we didn't refuse because we had full trust in him. Now that he's gone, who will call us those nicknames that he all gave us in Hanahan? The bond we shared was an elastic one. He wasn't just our uncle, but was a mother plus father figure to us. He played a very special role in our life. Now that you are gone, who will take jobs in the family? You left us alone, and now we feel both lonely and lost. We now feel stupid and lost. We now and lost because you left us alone. You have left an anonymous gap in the Siyauya family and in our lives. We managed to reach our different school grades and some to university level because of you. You never lost faith in us, and you never stopped empowering us to always do our best, especially at school. You encouraged us to study hard, and we believe it's because you knew that we will be someone in life. Sadly, you have left us with an unfulfilled promise. You are not in this world anymore, but we assure you that you will always remain special in our hearts. Disappointments are not going to come from us because we made a promise to you. You couldn't fulfill yours, but we're surely going to fulfill ours. We will strive to obtain qualities that will make you proud. We will always love you and consider you as an icon. We will continue looking up to our bond will remain intact. May Charlie Charles' soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you. May we ask one piece, please? Otherwise, we are sleeping. One piece from the church. Just one piece.
Oh.
We're too busy. Thank you very much. We will move with the program. I think you heard today was supposed to be his 50th birthday for our late, the one who departed. And when you listen to the daughter when she was giving us a little bit the life that they spent with the dad, and mention about the book. There is going to be the launch of the history of our departed brother. I remember when I was talking, the family members telling them that they must write a biography. While when I said, if you give a biography on one page, I'll say it must go back. And I'm so happy that at least we gave the rich history, because that aspect of giving a very short biography of 2 pages only, and the person has got a lot that has done. So we are going to invite the person responsible to launch the book, The Life of an Icon, The Life of a Legend, a life that we are here to celebrate. He was supposed to achieve 50 years, so can please the person responsible to come first in front for the official launch of the life of our departed. Kuna nebuka, ena katu eda launch, ya mupilo wabona, can be coming, yes. Abashebi, ena muzi buka, mi buka ye, kada launch kachenu, kona rubize, baba nani, baba film seleso, baba torufa, limuza.
Allow me, dear mourners, this afternoon to stand for what is already established before you. My name is Sikabongo, a cousin to the late Charles Sikabongo Siyauya. I know that some of you might be wondering as to why I stand here to speak about a book launch at a solemn occasion. I should emphasize that the coincidence is a testament to this illustrious brother of mine. We are mourning today. While we are not launching the book at this occasion, I must put a note to the fact that this moment was a moment that was supposed to have been a gathering for the book launch, which would have coincided with his birthday, just as we already know. Today, the 10th of March, we were supposed to celebrate his birthday. Therefore, I will only provide a synopsis as we pay homage to this illustrious, dedicated son of the soil and child of origin. This book, entitled Inspired to Inspire. This book was written or co-authored by him, by Charles Sikabongo Siyauya, and Professor Helena Miranda, where all the stories of the late Charles Siyauya are documented. From a very humble beginning, Charles was able to rise from a village boy to a Secretary General of the Namibia Football Association. In his pursuit for further studies, he was able to secure a scholarship from the office of the then Prime Minister, the late Dr. Hage Gwembo. So rest in peace. Because of his dedication, because of his determination, he was able to seek this scholarship on his behalf and without the aid of an adult, because at the time he was still a youth. It is befitting that each one of us can get a copy of this book that will be launched posthumous to know the kind of a person we are paying homage to today. It is very important that although the book is still in print, it is not finalized yet. Once it is finalized, it is going to be made available to all of us. And those that wish to have a copy of this book are encouraged to either see Mr. Diana Katukula or they can inquire from myself, and then I will give direction. Personally, I will miss Charles so dearly, and I wish this book is going to keep reminding us who Charles was. I want to also take this opportunity to read a statement, very brief, from the person that co-authored this book with Charles Siyauya. The statement from the co-author of the book reads as follows. Statement by Professor Helena Miranda, author of the book Inspired to Inspire, the biography of the life of Charles Sikabongo Siyauya, delivered at his memorial service. I write this statement with a heavy heart as I launch the book of a very good friend, Charles Sikabongo Siyauya, whom I have known since 1996 at the University of Namibia. 5 years ago, when our friendship grew stronger, he requested me to be the author of a book that could document the story of his life so that his children, their children, and their children can read about him and know who he really was. Working on this project has been a very exciting journey for both of us, but it was not without challenges. Challenges that have delayed timely completion of the book. For example, the whole of the year 2024, I had to put a halt on the project because when Charles lost his beloved boy Ninja, his life changed in a way that could not allow me to engage him in further interviews towards the book. He needed time to heal. When he got better, towards the end of the year, he indicated that he was ready to pick up the project. When we were determined to get the book out as soon as possible, and when he asked me when it would possibly be published, I assured him that it would be done at his 50th birthday, which happens to be today. A few copies of the book have been printed, but they still need to go review. That is why we requested that it will be available in due course, as for now it is still in print. Because he was supposed to read it in February before it went to the printers, but due to his busy schedule, he could not go through it. These copies will be withheld for now and be given to the family members to peer review or to read through and confirm the information that is in it prior to printing the entire book. Also, February this year was a bad month for him as he was mourning the founding president whom he was quite close to. Moreover, there was still one last interview to conduct with him immediately after the weekend of Dr. Nayoma's funeral, because by the date of the birthday, he would have traveled to Morocco with work. He just wanted to get done with his meetings at NFA with visitors from Osaka and check his schedule so that he could advise when I may travel to Windu for us to finalize the book. On Saturday evening, 2nd of March, I called him exactly at 21:16 to greet him, find out how the meetings went, and hopefully work out together the schedule for the trip to Window to finalize the publication of the book. This did not, but there was no answer to his interventions. This did not worry me because I knew he was very busy and I trusted that he would return my call as he always does. Even the next morning, I did not hear from him until the entire morning on Monday, which I was also busy with work from my side. My last meeting ended around 13:30, after which I got up and walked towards the phone to call him because I was now getting worried. The phone started ringing before I reached it, and when I answered it, it was his cousin Mudiana Kapikula on the line informing me that Charles had passed away that morning. I begged his pardon because none of what he was saying made sense. I could almost say he sounded like a child learning to speak, but he repeated the same statement which I refused to comprehend and accept. The space of my office started shrinking, the corner of the desk became overwhelming, suffocating. I felt abandoned and betrayed. Death robbed me a true friend, my pillar of strength, my advisor, my defender and protector, my companion and peacemaker. His place in my heart is and will remain irreplaceable. I will forever miss him, but I will continue cherishing the good memories he left behind. Love and peace were always his key message. You will agree with me that Charles' love for anyone was genuine and from the heart. When he loves like there is no tomorrow. Many people I have interviewed said that he was a short-tempered man, but I never saw anger in his eyes whenever I did or said something that was in contrary to what he expected. Woe to all of us who mourn today, because Charles' departure has left a huge gap in our lives. For us, this is a great loss, but for God, Charles' death is a big gain. Because he was a man of faith, he had always encouraged me in my career, and at the same time pushed me to become a cattle farmer. In these three, I have not disappointed him. I know the Bible tells us not to grieve as if we do not have faith and hope, but it will take a long time for this pain to lessen, and I'm certain that in his own time, the Lord will wipe away all our tears so that we shall cry no more. I faithfully believe that the Lord's divine light will shine on Charles' path. That Holy Spirit will guide his soul into eternity, and that we will see him again on the day of resurrection. I encourage fellow mourners to acquire a copy of the book through the publisher and in contact with Mr. Mariana, and read whenever you want to have a conversation with him, and let him put a smile on your face. To the children, nieces, nephews, and grandchildren of the late, I hope this book will add to the beautiful memories that you shared with your father, and that you will all be able to build onto them and continue his legacy. Please know that you are not alone, and you will never be alone in life. We as mothers, aunties, uncles will always be there for you. May the beautiful soul of Charles rest peacefully. I thank you. This is the message that comes from the author of the book. Just like I said, those of us that wish to have this book in due time, you may make then we'll give you further direction on how we can find this. I thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that very crucial message and a message of encouragement. In the interest of time, we will move to call upon friends to the left. I would like to invite Mr. Mutagelezi Bitia, the secretary, Dr. Libo, class of 94. The class of 94, they also requested, because they've been schooling together, Dr. Libo, you will do after Mr. Mutagelezi Bitia. Or are you doing together?
It's one of the most difficult days in our lives lately. Now, I want to believe that for today there's nothing good about it. Apart from the fact that God has given us another life, I want to take this time to greet you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I was told there was no interpretation, and somehow I might have forgotten my English somewhere. We were not used to calling him Charles. The three of us and a few others that are not here due to work commitments, we called him Chingchong. Kona mweneuliza wanatoa Chingchong Billion. Mama Fonya wanagafera, kona mwe msevinezi wanatoa Billion, not Chingchong. Kona msevinezi ki Billion. We are supposed to be 8, but we are only 7. Mapiro na American van, So for now, because of our time, I want to be very much considerate about that. We just want to request 10 minutes of your time, that each one of us will have 2.5 minutes or so to say a few things to the family. When the people start Karakari, let me start by telling you to some of his family members, how he introduced us to them. We will come to our no matter how many we are. You will start by saying, yo, Kimshoy Kumanina, Uviza Vizola Mufile, yo, Kimkete, Mana, Professor. After the day is a child, you will come back to this one. You usually started with this one. You will say, yo, Kimana Pastor. Then you will come to me and say, yo, Kimana Pastor. Yo, Kimana Mama Pastor. Wanapuli, if you are in Mama Pastor. Then you will come to this one and say, oh, sorry, yo, Kimudeni, Niena, Kimana Pastor. Mawona 1, 2, 3, Kimana Mama Pastor. Then you will think he's done with his introductions. Then you will say, yo, Nian, I'll figure one Kimafo. That think I'm going to present about this, about him, Engels and tribalism. He did not introduce to his family members to Kimafu. Not with ill intention, my find there is going to high a mission as a people. But it was a way of showing my family members the higher tribalism. I just want to look at the marriage in Yauna because we are all one. So told them about money and like myself, I learned very late, I think it was 2021 or 2022. After Toronto, oh, yes, and talk about Nina high citizens. With him, he was struggling. What's the idea? He gave me respect as a he's the only one who would greet anybody wherever we meet, and if he was putting on his, he liked the Kwane. Either when that the Kwane is as well, he would take his head off, and then he would greet him and he's having a good number of minutes. That way you stand up and then you start the conversation down. It is said that the last time that I spoke to him was 1 March around past 9 o'clock or to 10 o'clock somewhere in the morning. He sent a text for group high. He created that group where we are only 7 participants. It's the 3 of us. Bernard Smata who would not be here, but in some service, he flown to Vindu this afternoon. Victor Stapata, Macho Rizazi. The other 4 that are not there. The group down but none of us is adding new members. And he named that group Mazoa Kaiwanabamba. That is the name of that group. He's the one who created it on the 2nd of February 2022. Mazoa Akai Banabamba. Now, the aim of creating this group, very important. The 7 of us are really in one place. In that time, I spent some time working outside town. Bar is very mobile. Now is that phone. I changed go Shakati. Comes to one's Bernard was also West. Stapata and Macho, at least one of us coming. And because of that distance, so he came up with that idea to form this WhatsApp group for can make it around the farm. Can make it around for also every day, at least online. We are together and we keep up. So 1 March 2025, he sent one of our group fund that he was saying he must pray for him. He sent it for group, and then this one is for the first. He sent it 9:54. He sent this same message Kuna 9:36. We must wish this one is for the first the best and hoping to survive the camp and be in the final squad representing Namibia. He sent it for group where Mazoa. Mazoa Kaiwanawama. And then he sent it to my inbox. Probably, we never had a pastor. I used to call me Ukoa. Ukoa is not the first one in my church. So I get a lot of Mushima doing the fun to fun. Now, Nina Hanka, church council. Nina is a Karol, so I left the church with a family, and then I called him, we spoke, and then he promised to call him tomorrow. Then he said, when you call me tomorrow, you will be listening Malaka. Kuna ni Corona hiyo kulezi fanga, kama imani. Corona yani, nesa nizuri ki Corona. Nesa wiki. Nesa wiki Gaspar. That time when we had that red Corona, I was driving Then you were saying, telling me, what's I'm going is how big they are on a piano. We wanted in the competition of present. Sending driver was a mom from my extension too. Sending a call here for here, firing one more fine. And then I drove, was one energy one with Kedansi and the most bumpy road. Money, came to the fine, cooking is at smart. But to firing one more fine. Then the last one will be. So I think my other friends will continue.
I'll try to speak English because I don't know how much. We call him Charles Sikabongo Siyauya, million. That's how he described himself deliberately, because, like for some time described, Charles was an activist. He had purpose in his life, but above all, he never saw himself above anyone else. So when he named him Billy, that is 10 chapters of this one to describe this guy. In fact, to show it is the central part of all this book. He called me stick to God. This one, Mko, then my friend. Maxwell was history, I think because they were all out. You should look at all of us, and all one looks nice. Victor was said because Victor was the oldest. Victor commanded respect all the time. Wherever we were, Victor apparently they were a bit older. So Charles was respected, respectful person. In all our interaction, with elders, the one who will appear like, get down and put down the one. Besides that, Charles loved his children. Charles Million Kube was a real person who had effect all of it. I personally can testify to a lot of things that really changed my life. I can't believe things like I was struggling like I was. I want to conclude with a plea that I couldn't put it much better like Charles has put it or Lumba has done. I want to put a plea to all of us that we need to carry Charles with us. He stood for social justice, freedom, and all the good that we do for us. Honorable Governor Nossi, not of leadership.
country, not simple. Even the president knew the two presidents from the first, that the Kohamba and the Hake knew him yet on the phone. I spent a lot of time with Charles before whenever there were issues. Charles chose his life where he refused to conform. I really like what Sendai said. When I'm going to you know, Charles was one, you were also, but he couldn't do certain things just because of colors. Things were not right, he said, no, we are not doing this. He could talk even to the president. A lot of people were surprised to see Charles during the PDF issue that time, standing with the people. When a lot of SWAPO members were reluctant, when Charles stood up, said, no, we cannot allow this. That was it. And I think the message we need to carry with ourselves today in this place is that we should remember this time, that it's good for something. Let us carry that as his legacy. But these children here, one day when they grow up, one day all of us in a position of power. When we see a Siyauya, remember that we occupy offices, we occupy a position of influence. We change a life for someone. Because it was not for him. Today I talk justice, it's not for myself. I can afford things for myself until I die. But will my children, my grandchildren be able to do that? That is what I want to leave with us today, that as we go, as we pray, we should remember that when we bury this gallant son of the soil, that he was a servant of the soil with a message of social justice for all of us. I thank you very much. Well, fellow honors, it's difficult to stay with. Yeah, we did a lot. He was an outgoing person. When we were together, we did not spend 1 week here together. He says, not to have out, we must go out. We didn't spend the weekend, a long weekend in Gatima together. No, we would say no. We need to go out. Now, when there was a lady in somewhere in Wapo's Lake one time, he insisted, he told me, no, we need to go out. I was asking where? Anyway, and then I go out. That's all. Go out. Sorry. Okay. So we did a lot of things. I'll just pick one of them. We drove to Wabi State. We didn't sleep that night because I was at work, he was at work. So we drove after work. We drove the whole night. That was a Friday. Yes, I want to go away. You had it. You told them no problems. I want to start with it. Go ahead with it. So that was Charles. We drove that night. We were at the rally on Saturday in Wabi State. And then we didn't sleep. After the rally, we drove to Window. That evening again, we didn't sleep. I said, no, we are not sleeping. Like Vasenda was saying, when he says, what we are going to do is this, it's hard to tell him. We nearly fought physically. You are not doing this. No, you will take a good. I was arguing. Then we drove. Now we didn't sleep for 2 nights. But he said, yeah, no, let's go. You know everything. We are going to drink everything. Don't worry. You won't sleep. Then he bought a Red Bulls. That energy drink, put it in the cooler box. Just drink everything, we won't sleep, let's go. I think that was the longest day from Bintu to home. We left Bintu in the evening, I think around 5 o'clock. The whole night. We came to room around 11. Now you could drive 30 kilometers, you are sleeping. You take a Red Bull, and that's when I saw that drinking a Red Bull, you won't wake up. Because I took a Red Bull, I only drove for 30 kilometers, I said, I can't drive, I'm sleeping. He took another Red Bull, 30 kilometers, he's sleeping. We struggled. From Windhoek to Burundi the whole night, until past 11 in the room. Now when we came to Burundi, he says, no, okay, we must sleep now. Then he says, okay, we'll sleep from 11 to 4 o'clock in the morning, 8 in the evening. Then he is telling the big brothers, daughters, you went to worship. What wake us up, otherwise we must go to work. The next day we're supposed to get to work. Now when we went to sleep, we didn't wake up. We slept that afternoon and the night. Then the next morning, that was around 11. Now when we woke up, the calendar was distorted. We were thinking it's the previous day. Now his big brother's daughter was there. Told me was some Careful. But we told you when I said at 4. What time is it? It was 11. It was 11. So we went the next day. That was Jack. Like they say, it's better to talk after other people because they mentioned other things. Yeah, he was a good person. We learned a lot from him. When you say he was not short-tempered, he was. Because when he tells you to do this, wizard, the other things, many things that he did, he would tell me, one day after the he will work at it. His love life, he would tell me, so that was Charles. These names that they are mentioning, I don't know why they mention them. We used to call them combat names. Yeah, we have combat names that we used to call each other. Whether we are with people, when we were among people, if he wants to call us out of the people, he used to say, no, we have combat names. When he calls me, he doesn't call me with my real name. In my phone, he had 3 numbers. But all of the numbers, whether you have my phone, you won't get Charles Siyauya in my phone. He was saved with his combat names. That's how he used to call them. He could call him, this is our youngest brother. Yeah, because he is coming behind. Okay. I wanted to say a lot of things, but due to time, that's the man we are here for. He was our friend from 1992 until last week. Is it the last week or this week? Until last week. So that was Charlie. I thank you.
We wish the family strength from God to may continue kubimawaja tumezia home.
We will try our oldest to drive our car 260 km per hour of the remote. We will start managing time. car blocking other human beings. 2167. Katima Muliro. 2167, please.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. I'll really try to stick to the 5 minutes given me. This name, Jing Chong, I hope he wrote it in his book. It was given by the late Minister Zaheng. Because of what the colleagues who have just left here, because he had friends from all tribes, and he attempted sometimes to speak those languages. Then it ended up that at some stage, he would obviously, like you are anybody learning that language, pronounce it very, very badly. And we end up, I will speak Chinese. And that's where the name Jing Chong. We will read this book. I hope we explain as that was in 1994. We were in a trip together. That said, I'll just go to this prepared speech. Nothing in life ever prepares us for death of a loved one. When a loved one is lost, the pain is overwhelming. As it was properly said by then still that I quote, we understand death only after it has placed its hand on our loved one. And that's what exactly happened when we heard of his demise in the class of 1994. My task here is really to look at his life when we were still amateurs in Form 5. That time it was called Form 5. We were the last people to do Cambridge. Before there was the introduction of Cambridge and all this possibility of education which you are hearing now. We are likely to hear in his life, because we are sharing his life, and we've heard some of them. And I got the mission. He will say, he will feel it now. He will often tell us, a fountain of wisdom, when I'll put them, that's when the club and all those. He will tell us we should go back and study. An educator, Lontopa Village Scholar, Louise Margaret 12, but I will say Alcacia, he will often tell us. A politician, a farmer. Dear Monas, let me now turn to his leadership, which we discovered earlier when he was only 19 years old. The first attribute which I will talk about, he was having conscious, which we call self-awareness. I will just give an example. There are a lot of examples, but because of time, I will limit it to 2. We decided that we will have James Kalundu to become the president of the SRC, and at the same time, the president of NASO, the coordinator of NASO at CSS. Now, Charles Siyauya came to us and told us that he is going to oppose that and put become a president of NASO and also the president of the SRC. Now, obviously, you could have imagined that there are conflicts. And he was just a newcomer at CSS. Some of us were gurus. Now, this is where he started learning that you win some, you lose some. He had organized an answer, him and the late Peter Cover. He had organized a meeting to elect him. Since we were not prepared, we counted the numbers. And student politics that time, you could only win if you create confusion. So when we counted the numbers, we said the coming is going to win. And our candidate will not win. So we decided to disrupt that meeting. And it was disrupted. Now, Charles came up with another solution to say, look, we have other candidates for the same position. Let's divide and share this position. He could navigate between two camps. He went to our camp and indicated that he would offer us SRC position. And he knew that myself, Johnny Campbell, would buy that. And he said that not only for James Kalonzo, but yourself and Johnny Campbell, Honorable Johnny Campbell, I might say that. That sounded appealing to us, but with one problem, when Mr. Milinga and the late minister, who were not having positions, and who also wanted to be part of the SRC. He had promised them that they will be part of the NANSO team, provided that the support Cedric coming. To cut the story short, we both got what we wanted. The second attribute is the aspect where he had an effective cross-cultural religious communication. He could reach like we intended here. All his friends were from the West, he was from the East, or so we thought. All he could go to Sunday. However, most of his friends, you heard about these pastor's kids here, all of his friends were SDA. Those who claim that they are his friends, they are either relatives or they had some connection. Those are only friends which you get who are who goes to South from the East or who goes there, who worship on Sunday. The foregoing, I'm now referring to the attributes. Monday sounded as he was already a professor. But that was Charles, born a visionary, born as a leader, already at 19 years old. He could demonstrate that he is able to live above self-interest. And like the Tia is indicated in something, he would sacrifice some of his career. We all are aware, and I don't want to preempt what the other committee will say, but he made such career limiting statements when most of us were very, very comfortable in our position, not to be seen as talking or opposing the government. And this is something we need to learn. What is right is right. Even if it does not hurt you, if it does not benefit you, if it's right, it's right, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. I think we need to learn from Siyauya on that. In conclusion, and maybe if you not, I will summarize this as part of Siyauya life. And I'll quote John Schweller. A leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim is fulfilled. He will not say goodbye. That sounds like Siyauya. For you and for me, we need to recognize leadership when time like this comes. He has left us a responsibility to shine. I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Limbo. We now move on to Namibia Lives Matters. I'm going to get from there. Namibia Lives Matters.
Thank you. If they are not so and are not prepared, because we need to move with time, it is my honor this time that we need to invite the SWAPO Youth Secretary General to come and pay tribute. Honorable from the government, please. We thank you very much for coming.
SWAPO Party was shocked to hear the passing on of our beloved comrade Charles Siyauya on the 3rd of March 2025 in Windhoek. This devastating news came just after we concluded the burial of our family president. And as we were still grasping with the sudden loss of one of our comrades, Comrade Jacob Onlaule, in a tragic car accident between Chuarongo and Rotary. Hence, therefore, this month, for the past 2 months, have been really devastating for us as SWAPO Party, losing 3 comrades in that short space of time. And it was shocking because we were together with Comrade delivering a tribute during the Founding Father Memorial Service. We want to pay tribute to Comrade Charles Siyauya, exemplary leadership. As a member of SWAPO as the Youth Central Committee, the history we were already lectured on here, where he served distinctions. We remember very well him during 2007 to 2012, during his tenure as the Secretary for Information and Organization, which was marked by his exemplary leadership and ability that inspired to mobilize the young people to take the active role in the development of our country. We are proud to say as SWAPO Party Youth League, we have grown a leader of note. Starting from the Namibia Student Organization, NANSO, where the breeding grounds for Comrade Charles' leadership skills. And during his time in NANSO and SWAPO Party Youth League, laid a foundation for his future endeavors. And that's why we see today we have grown another perspective. In a true revolutionary manner, Comrade Charles' contribution to our national development went beyond his role in the SWAPO Party. We also remember his significant contribution to the University of Namibia, either here in Kantima or in Windhoek, and elsewhere in the Republic of Namibia, where he played a very crucial role in administrations. His experience in administration leadership helped shape the minds of young people in those various institutions where he has served. Therefore, his legacy will continue to inspire us. We also recall Comrade Siyauya King, as I said, the former secretary for our spokesperson, where he eloquently articulated the aspiration and concern of the youth and his passion for social justice, his love for our country, and his dedication to the SWAPO Party visions for the betterment of our people continue to inspire us. Furthermore, fellow mourners, Comrade Charles Siyauya demonstrated his leadership through him as the chairperson of the Bukaro Village Council and his commitment to the people of Bukaro Village Council and his commitment to their welfare will be remembered for many generations to come. Before his untimely passing, Comrade Charles joined the Namibian Football Association, where he brought his fresh experience in administration and leadership. Therefore, his sudden departure has left a void at NFA, and we can only imagine the great contribution he could have made to the development of the sport in our country. Therefore, on behalf of SWAPO Party Youth League, I want to give our heartfelt condolences, especially to the children and the entire family. His passing has left a void in your heart and in our hearts, and we will deeply miss his wisdom and his guidance. And indeed, his unwavering commitment to our shared ideals. Rest in peace, Comrade Charles. Your contribution to our struggle will never be forgotten. To us to walk towards a better future of our country. Yes, I thank you very much for his making his permanent mark of inspiration in all positions he has held. Thank you, Comrade Charles, for touching the heart of those who cross paths with you. And thank you, Ampakare, Comrade Charles. Thank you very much. We remember, Comrade, we remember.
Thank you very much, Comrade Ephraim Lekomo. We really appreciate the message that you have delivered in the mighty Zambezi region. I'm told our colleagues that we thought that they were still outside. And see from Namibia Lives Matters, are we here? Because we have to move with time. Are we here again? What we have decided, I was having 3 minutes for you, but I'll give you 2 minutes, 15 seconds for my talk. And I think this is because of the friends. So you may come please. Thank you.
Dear members, I'll stand on the protocol that we said or established. I'll quickly read and, of course, shorten the speech, even though it will not be easy. Directors of ceremonies. This is a message of condolence as well as the memorial message for our departed hero, the Namibian Lives Matters movement. We are here with the committee members and we have asked for those that were part of the team, they would rise and join us, but because of time, we'll just read the speeches in peace. The Namibian Lives Matter movement, which started as the Namibian Lives Matters movement, received the news of the passing of our Honorable Charles Siyauya with shock and dismay. Honorable Charles Siyauya was one of the founding members of this movement and served as one of the national executive members with 4 others. When we received this news of the passing, exactly a week ago, thoughts of this leadership, his leadership, bravery and courage came to mind. We mourn a hero, a unifier, and a human rights activist, a servant to the people, a politician, a traditional leader, and a well-mannered leader, a family man, a father, a sportsman, and the founder of this movement. Words alone cannot describe who Honorable Charles Sikabongo was. We were so honored and blessed to have him among us. Indeed, the Zambezi region at large will never forget his efforts in uniting the people of this region. But Charles, as the chairperson would call him, he would reply, "My chair." He personally learned a lot from him as described, because he had an open door policy where he was welcoming to everybody who needed him at any time of the day. It's so hard for the Namibian Life Matters to stand here this afternoon. We choose to mention a few names such as Brian Kajoko, Kamalo Sao, Namasiku Limu, Simbula Mbabet, Lester Skanu, Simbula Kabajani, Nadia Mshabati, Cynthia Mtelo, Haris Pangara, the late Chingu Mbonema, Sierra Sierra, Namasiku, and others, and many more. We had sleepless night after this tragic death of these Chindo brothers on the 5th of November 2020. It was against this background that the Namibian Life Matters movement was formed. We managed, of course, in December, to cut the story short, to go around in the whole region to visit the traditional authority. This is because Charles needed us to get the blessing of our traditional leaders. Because he believed in respecting our elders and hear their point of view with regard to the movement and fighting for the rights of the people in the Zambezi region that lived along the river and sharing the border with Botswana. However, when we went, we made appointments. Allow me to highlight a few of these. We were so welcomed with the appointment. When we reached our traditional authorities and when we were ready to be received by our elders or our parents, we were a bit of disappointed. When we reached there, the strength and the welcoming that we were expecting was not the reality. Because of course, messages has reached our traditional authorities that they should not welcome us when we are going to bring trouble. Yet, the mission of this movement was to see justice for the Chindo brothers as well as to protect other lives not lost. Respect for the Charles. I was one of the various members. I said, let's tell our elders the truth. They must not live in fear, because soon BDF will strike again and we will lose more life. Respect for the Charles. Respond. Let us leave to see it. Why is it to see it? You can already see. So let's leave them and be politely thank them for receiving us and say, you are our parents, we are ready to be received by you whenever you need us. Call us whenever there's problems with our neighbors. We will respond. This trip was his car. He followed his car, he only bought goods. So he sacrificed a lot by making sure that our plans could see reality. Charles, our Siyauya, our hero, was a man of principles. He stood his ground on the truth he believed in. I think some of the speakers already mentioned that. Honorable comrade Legend Charles was a man of his words. When we had appointments, he was on time. We always describe him in words to cut the time. Charles was a man of love. The way he could speak about his children, his sisters, and his siblings, you could tell he has so much love to share, because not only with his relatives, but he would share it with us. He was a man of wisdom because he encouraged everybody else to study and research more. He could advise us on ways of life. He was a man of courage. He stood against anything that challenged the peace and the well-being of others. He was fearless. He did not matter when others used his name or the name of this movement to bring him down. He was ready and feared no one. He did not even fear for his political growth that it would be brought down, because he remained fearless and believing in the truth. He was the voice to this movement, because I know, I can testify, because the time our late president, Hage may his soul rest in peace, he was one of the names that came out, Charles. What can Charles say? He said in his voice. Then we knew he was indeed a leader. He gave his voice during our public meeting at Kamuni Hall. After being so much discouraged by other people, distance yourself from this movement. You are digging your grave for your political career. And he told us, let me dig the grave as long as my people will not live in fear along the borders of Namibia and Botswana or any other border. Selfless Charles, our hero. He gave himself politically and professionally. He would help a lot of students. His words was wise, and he would address all of us. He spent money for this movement to find groups. We met at his cost apology, Chairperson. I would say that, to cut the story short. I remember Charles, when I say selfless, there was a letter who passed very well with school. This child didn't have so much future. He dreamed of becoming a doctor. But then Charles took everything that he had to make sure that this child, because he got 53 points but wanted to become a doctor, he could not get that one. He made sure that he gets him admission in UNAM to do at least engineering. Though the child did not accept the offer, he went his way out. The man of peace, let me just go through. Charles had so much plans for this movement, and he was one of the members who actively involved himself to make sure that everybody felt he belonged and he shunned away from tribalism. He wanted to sponsor. He promised the chairperson that there would be a sponsorship of sports where he would bring all the youth together to come out from that unemployment, depression. The chairman personally testified that Charles is a humble man we have lost. During his sickness as a chairperson, they just met in this movement. But he was the only one during COVID-19 when the chairperson tested. He would buy food and medication and drove to his house. And no one visited the chairperson that time of this movement, Mr. Stanley, Mr. Uganda. No one could visit him that time because we know how deadly Delta COVID was. So his wife and children are also saddened by this. We feel honored to have been part of Charles' life. Dear Mona, the late at one stage was politically persecuted. His persecution was the result of his involvement in this movement, as already indicated. But he never wavered and also waited for his right time because he knew one day his right time would come. The Namibian Lives Matter movement is pleading the leadership of this region, mainly the regional governor and Honorable Affairs Sampofu and the Chief Executive Officer of Fatima Town Council, Mr. Raphael Swanson. To please, this is a humble request from us, and we trust that we know that you are able to execute this and implement it. That you will help us and the next generation to know and remember Charles Siyauya, for he was a hero, and to name him after one of our suburb or street. Because we know even one of the suburbs currently is even named after just a constructor who constructed that area, Shipu suburb. So in that, we will ask that Extension 21 should be named after Charles Siyauya for the positive contribution he has done to this region and for his people. To the family, Ms. Harriet Mabubu and siblings, and the children, we find it difficult to even look at you as we know how difficult life is for easy for now, for you now. Your pen is our pen, and you find comfort in Psalms 24 verse 4, 23 verse 4. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, thy comfort me. Our hero, a legend, the fearless, irreplaceable leader, Charles Siyauya, may his soul rest in peace. Signed by Elezo Stanley Livanda, Regional Chairperson of the Namibian Lives Matter Movement in the Zambezi region. Thank you.
I'm putting a special plea. May I request that please we keep our messages within 5 minutes, and we have already established a protocol. Let's remain that protocol. The only protocol is only maybe our seniors and where possible the mourners. Please let's limit. So I'll call upon Mandela to come and invite the next speaker. We are behind time in the process of time, please.
We are now inviting representatives from traditional authorities, if they are around, and those will be followed by UNAM, and then a team of leaders and council. The traditional authorities, and now invite UNAM. I can see Dr. Michelle.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Director. Let me also observe the protocol that has been established. In fact, let me single out the presence of the regional government. I'll read the message from the University of Namibia, and it's articulated in English, and we are going to read it as such. On behalf of the University of Namibia and the Sikabongo campus, we wish to express our sincere condolences for the misfortune that befell the Siyauya and the Siyauya families. At the time of the demise of your beloved son, Mr. Charles Sikabongo Siyauya. It is difficult to affront the pain you are going through. Indeed, words are inadequate to console you at this very hour. But one thing that gives us comfort is that the late was a God-fearing person. Words cannot express enough the journey the late has traveled and the differences he has made in the lives of many people, including colleagues at the University of Namibia. He is a wonderful brother. Each one of us has a special memory of the late Mr. Siyauya's love, care, and tenderness as a friend, son, cousin, father, and a colleague. While in human imagination, it is a great loss, irreplaceable, especially for the children, the aunties, sisters, brothers, uncles, friends left behind. We should be consoled by the fact that we are gathered in a church, a testament of his commitment to God. As his former employer, the University of Namibia, we remember the late Mr. Siyauya as a vibrant, focused person. When he was determined to achieve something, he would pursue that thing its logical conclusion. He served in various capacities since joined UNAM on the 3rd of May 1999. Those are the records that are clearly stated in our books. As the regional administrative student support officer and under the registrar's office, he served in the capacity until August 31st, 2003. Mr. Siyauya further took another responsibility as an examination officer on the 1st of September 2003 to the 31st of October 2004. On the 1st of November 2004, he took up the higher responsibility as an international program office administrator in the office of the Dean of Students. He served in that capacity until he was appointed as coordinator, international relations, and personal assistant to the Vice Chancellor in October 2008. February 2012. He transferred to Sikabongo campus in 2012 after the merger of the colleges of education with the University of Namibia, when it became apparent that there was a need to have an experienced applicant to serve as the campus administrator to support the campus director. Mr. Siyauya was found to be best suited for that responsibility, given his experience in the university administration. Mr. Siyauya served the University of Namibia for 23 years until his voluntary retirement on the 30th of June 2022. As we have heard from the late Mr. Siyauya's contributions to the University of Namibia, we are equally deeply saddened by the untimely demise of this industrious and dedicated son of the soil. He will be deeply missed among the university former colleagues who he had worked with for the past 23 years. On behalf of the University of Namibia, we are united with you in grief, and surely it is at this moment that we can attest to what the Bible says, referring to the life of a human being. The Bible declares, man is born of a woman, is of few days, and full of trouble. He comes forth like a flower, and is cut down. He flees also as a shadow, and he continued not. End of quote. Nonetheless, we mourn with hope, because God's promises are sure and certain. The dead in Christ shall rise someday. Although the sad memories of former colleague, some brothers, the son, cousins, brothers, and friends will linger sometimes in our minds, God has plans for them. Revelation 14, verse 13 declares, "Blessed are the days which dies in the Lord." That in itself should give us comfort and peace of mind amid the sorrow, knowing without shadow of doubt that our colleague has rested in Christ. May the Lord comfort and watch over you as you come to terms with the loss of your beloved one. his soul rest in peace. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mashebe, for the message of condolence to the rest of the media. As I've already indicated earlier, Bukalo village council.
Chairperson of the Management Committee, Honorable Mapenzi, Honorable Divai, the Judge and Board of Council, former Chairperson of the Management Committee, Honorable Mara. I stand by the protocol as established earlier. My name is Martin Wanda, the chairperson of the Council, and I stand here to give the message of condolences to the late Honorable Charles Sikabongo Siyauya. Some of you know me. He was not only honorable of the worship to be, but he was also my in-law. So many in this family, my wife has from his family. So, without you forever, I'll just have to read the brief portfolio that I undertook during the time when he was serving the village council. From 2015 comrades Siyauya, he was a ordinary council member when they had elections. And at that time, the chairperson was Dr. Mola, who was elected by only medium. And the election was held in 2016, whereby Honorable comrades Siyauya Charles became the chairperson of the Village Council until 2019, when he resigned due to personal and family matters. So when he resigned that time, the vacancy was open and they had to get the chairperson as well as the deputy chairperson. So Honorable Madama was elected as the chairperson to end this term of office. I'm sorry, I just arrived this morning from Vindu, and the message that I have now, I'm going to read it from my phone. It will be very quick. I just look for the person who just Sikabongo Siyauya. It is with great sadness that we extend our heartfelt condolences on the passing of Honorable Sikabongo Siyauya, former chairperson of the Village Council. This department is not only a loss to his family and loved ones, but also to the entire community of Bukalo and its amazing community.
Sikabongo Siyauya was an exemplary leader whose vision, dedication, and selfless service left an indelible mark on the development of our community. During his tenure as chairperson of Bungalow Village Council, Honorable Siyauya worked tirelessly to bring about meaningful change. His leadership was characterized by a deep commitment to improving the lives of the people of Bungalow. Through his efforts and his collaboration with his regional council, he spearheaded the installation of LED street lights in Bungalow, significantly enhancing public safety and transforming the village's infrastructure. This achievement stands as a testament to his forward-thinking approach and his desire to see Bungalow flourish. Honorable Siyauya, an unwavering commitment to the welfare of Bungalow residents, was further demonstrated through his initiative to address the critical issue of public sanitation, recognizing the lack of public toilets in the village. He actively sought funding from knowledge, successfully securing the necessary resources to construct the much-needed public ablution facilities. His concern for the dignity and well-being of the people was at the heart of every decision he made, ensuring that the needs of the community were met with practical and sustainable solutions. Furthermore, Honorable Siyauya compassion extends to the hard-working street vendors of Bungalow, acknowledging the difficult conditions under which they operate. He mobilized donations from business persons and also the construction of a proper marketplace where vendors would sell their produce in an infinite and secure environment. Understanding the necessity of proper hygiene, he once again sought and secured funds for the construction of additional public toilets near the market, ensuring that traders had access to clean and convenient facilities. These initiatives not only improve livelihood, but also foster a sense of dignity and stability within the local economy. Honorable Siyauya will be remembered not only for his strong and dedicated leadership, but also for his genuine care and deep concern for the people of Bungalow. His efforts were never about personal gain, but about uplifting the community and ensuring that government policies were effectively implemented to benefit those he served. His legacy of selflessness, integrity, and passion for development will continue to inspire generations to come. As we mourn his passing, we also celebrate his life and the many contributions he made. May his unwavering commitment to public service as a guiding light for those who will follow in his footsteps. Our thoughts and prayers go up his family, friends, and the entire local community during this difficult time. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that message of condolence from Bungalow Village Council. We will now invite Katimu Lilo Town Council. If they are bound, Katimu Lilo Town Council.
Thank you. It seems with Fatima Town Council to be covered under the Regional Council because the Regional Council takes over the whole towns. For the sake of time, allow me this time that we are going to move to the sports sector, the sector that we serve very well. It is indeed, there will be some quick changes because the office of the executive director, they just sent a message and we are going to change the program that the keynote address will be coming from the Regional Council table protocol. So it's my honor this time to invite Namibian Football Association, the organization where our late said that they could come and actually give tribute and the message by the Vice President. Vice President, please. Vice President's name is Marcus, but he will give it another name.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear mourners. Without further ado, I think let's also just do justice to this program. Although the late was working with our head office, we also have our regional structures in the Zambezi Regional Football Association. So before I will deliver the speech on behalf of the association, the president of the Namibian Football Association, I will call upon the chairperson of the Zambezi Regional Football Association to come and give the necessary knowledge. And afterwards, I will deliver the speech on behalf of the association. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Director of the community. Allow me to stand on the protocol already observed. My name is Wama Miano, the chairperson of the Zambezi Regional Football Association. I have two messages of condolences. One is from the Zambezi Regional Football Association, and the other one is from the Zambezi Regional State Division League, commonly known as the Golden League. So I'm just going to read one from the Regional Football Association. It is deep sorrow that the Zambezi Regional Football Association joins you in mourning the passing of Mr. Charles Siyauya. His departure is a great loss, not only to his family and loved ones, but to football in Namibia and the Zambezi region, which he proudly represented. Charles was a man of service and leadership. His dedication to public life was evident from his early years in the SWAPO Youth League, and his ability to communicate, engage, and inspire those around him made him a respected figure. He carried the same passion into local governance during his tenure at Kalo Village Council, where he worked tirelessly for the betterment of his community. So when the Namibia Football Association was in search of a strong leader for the role of the General Secretary, we had the honor of recommending Charles. His leadership qualities, work ethic, and passion for football made him the ideal captain for the position. It was a moment of great pride for our region to see one of our own take up such a vital role in shaping the future of football in Namibia.
Though his tenure at NFA was brief, Charles embraced his responsibilities with commitment and vision. He worked towards the growth and development of sport, understanding its power to unite communities and create opportunities for young talent. His leadership at the NFA was a source of pride for most of us in the region, and his passing leaves a void that will be difficult to fill. On behalf of the Zambezi National Football Association, we extend our deepest condolences to the Siyauya family. May you find comfort in knowing that his contribution to football will not be forgotten. His legacy will live on in the work he did and the lives touched. May his soul rest in peace.
Thanks, Comrade Chairperson. With the permission of the Director of Ceremonies, may I call the colleagues of the late Mr. Siyauya just to join me so that I can just briefly introduce them, because most of us just read about the NFA. So this is an ideal opportunity for those who just know and read about them in the newspapers to see them in person. So can I just call upon the police, the staff members, and my fellow council members. Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Let me make use of this opportunity to introduce myself. As been introduced by the Director, this is Sikabongo Siyauya, more well known in his version. I represent the association in my capacity as the Vice Chairperson. As already alluded that our President unfortunately could not make it due to other international commitments. Currently, today, he is in Cairo. They are busy with another important commitment with the Confederation of African Football and CAF level. They are busy electing new leadership for CAF. So, before I start, I just want to introduce fellow council members and then the staff members who reported to the late Charles. So the hierarchy at the NFA is that you get the NFA Executive Council, which in layman's language, if you say that is the board of directors. And then we have the staff, the operational staff. So as already said, we have the president, myself as the vice president, and then immediately on my right, we have Councillor Michael Siyauya. Next to Councillor Michael Siyauya, we have Councillor Joseph Alombe. And next to Councillor Joseph Alombe, we have Councillor Rafael Kamyoyo. I think we have another councillor in the name of your own. We have Councillor Precious Chaka, who is from home. is the component of the council members. Then I will start with our directors. We have the director to the executive council, that is Mr. Kestis Mwiti. At this point in time, after the late got sick and suddenly passed on, he is also now acting as the general secretary. Then we have Mr. Mabos Fries, he is the director of league operations. And then next to Mr. Mabos, we have the coach of the national team, women's secretary, that is Mr. Woody Jacobs. Next to Mr. Woody Jacobs, we have Ms. Miriam Chibikwa. She is in our finance department. Next to Ms. Chibikwa, we have Ms. Lorraine, Ms. Juanita Gomez. She is the legal administrator. Assisting the administration of the Premier Football League. Next to Ms. Lorraine, we have the personal assistant or private secretary to Charles. That is Ms. Bible Mondoma. So she was very close to him. They worked very closely on a day-to-day basis. So she needs to make sure that these things are on the extreme, on the extreme right, we have our IR relations officer, that is Mr. Lucas Casera. Behind Mr. Lucas Casera, we have Mr. Sarah Isaac, the director of operations. We of lately will transfer to effect March the 1st now is the director of competitions and registrations. I thank you for your guidance. So, director of ceremony, allow me to say on the protocol already observed. It is with profound sadness and a heavy heart that we receive the news of the passing of our esteemed General Secretary, Mr. Charles Siyauya. This departure is a great loss to the Columbia Football Association and the entire football fraternity. The late General Secretary began his tenure with the NFA on the 1st April 2024. By that time, the NFA was in a serious need of a radical transformation. That's why we hired a radical man who was tasked alongside the Executive Council with the monumental responsibility of ensuring the transformation of the growth and development of Colombian football. From the time of his appointment until his untimely passing, the late Charles Sikabongo Siyauya played a pivotal role in establishing the rollout of the strategic initiatives of the Executive Council set for the NFA with day-to-day administrative and operational support and assistance rendered by his management team and staff. The late soft-spoken man, Siyauya, was born on the 10th of March, 1975. We are marking today his 50th birthday. May his soul rest in eternal peace. In Schumannsberg, Carbon North, 22, Southwest region. He would have marked his golden jubilee today. His commitment and passion to support the Executive Council strategic plan increase the positive trajectory of Colombian football. And that will be so blessed. Mr. Siyauya dedicated his life to the growth and development of football in Colombia, serving with unwavering commitment, passion, and integrity. His leadership and tireless efforts have left and indelible mark on sport, inspiring many elevating standards of football administration in our country. We lost a disciplinary, spoken man, a radical man, trustworthy, a professional, a diplomatic person who is full of respect. The late Charles Sikabongo Siyauya leaves behind his mother, Miss Chase Musialiki, affectionately known as Bana Dozi, 3 daughters, brothers, sisters, relatives, colleagues in the football house, and football lovers, as well as international colleagues who suffer, CAF, and FIFA. On behalf of the Namibian Football Association, the Executive Council, members of the NFA, clubs, and the entire football community, I extend our deepest condolences to his children, his mother, family, friends, all colleagues during this difficult time. May we all find comfort in the legacy he leaves behind and in cherish memories that we shared with him. May his soul rest in eternal peace. I thank you. That was the message of condolence from the NFA. However, there are also 3 other messages which have been shown from our international stakeholders, that is now FIFA, CAF, and SWAPO. The other messages from other football federations, from our regional associations, those messages or those letters of condolences, we will just hand it over to family. So they will allow me to read the message from FIFA. It's being addressed to the President, Mr. Robert Shimoshi, President of the Namibian Football Association. In memory of Charles Sikabongo Siyauya, dear President, I would like to express my sincerest and heartfelt condolences on the tragic passing of the General Secretary of the Namibian Football Association, Charles Sikabongo Siyauya. Words seems inadequate to express the sadness we feel for his loss. General Secretary since April 2024, there is no doubt that he will be remembered for his commitment, dedication to the development and growth of football in Namibia. His legacy and trajectory will not be forgotten, and he will truly be missed. On behalf of FIFA and the international football community, we wish to extend our deepest condolences to the Namibian Football Association, most importantly to Charles Sikabongo Siyauya's family, colleagues, friends, and loved ones. Our thoughts are with all of you. We hope that in some way our words of support may bring or may help bring a little peace and solace in the time of sadness. Yours sincerely, been signed by the General Secretary of FIFA, Matthias Grafstrom, and the President of FIFA, that is Mr. Gianni Infantino. The next letter of condolences from CAF, that is Confederation of African Football, the Namibia Football Association, and Mr. Robert Shimoshi, President Winnie. Dear Brother Robert, it is with profound sadness that I learned of the passing of Charles Siyauya, Secretary General of the Namibia Football Association. We have been informed by those who knew and worked with him that he was a committed and hardworking person. Please pass my personal condolences and CAF's condolences to his family, friends, colleagues, and the Namibia Football Association. May God comfort and console his family, friends, yourself, and the Namibia Football Association. CAF is with you during this sad, painful time. Those who faithfully Dr. Patrice Motsepe, President. Our last message is from Kosafa. For your information also is that we had a meeting last week Sunday and the lady and myself, we were tasked to meet with our guest that is now with Kosafa, with the ministry, with the Sports Commission and other stakeholders, discussing the progress of the upcoming youth games, which is due to take place in the middle of July. As already alluded earlier on, that the lady was not feeling well at the hospital. So, in our midst, we had the executive director and deputy executive director of SAFA, who was very fond also of the late Charles. So after our meeting with the Honorable Minister, they were worried, the two of them, and they asked me to inquire about the well-being of the late Charles. I immediately called Madam Chaka, and she was informing me from the reports that she's receiving, he's a bit better. But I don't inform just go to the hospital, see for yourself, and update us. So once we were driving from the ministerial building back to the soccer house, Ms. Chaka tried to reach me again, but unfortunately I could not answer due to the heavy traffic. Upon my arrival at the house, that is within a period of 10 minutes, Ms. Chaka called me and she conveyed tragic news to us of the passing of the lady. It was something that our guests could not take away. It was a moment that they never experienced before. Not that I'm saying that I experienced it before, but the person that we were supposed to attend the meeting. We were just a few hours ago to this person. We planned the strategy. The next moment, this person was no longer with us. But as also said earlier on that we planned, but we don't want to decide. So allow me to read our final message of the summer. It's been addressed to President Shinoshin of the Football Association, Richard Kabuka State and Tula Women, the President and members of the Namibian Football Association. Heartfelt condolences on the passing of Mr. Charles Siyauya. It is with profound sadness that we at Kosafa extend our deepest condolences in the passing of your esteemed General Secretary, Mr. Charles Siyauya. His untimely departure is a great loss not only to the Namibian football, but to the entire Kosafa women and the glory of the football nation. Charles was a valued member of our regional football family, and his soft-spoken nature, professionalism, and unwavering dedication to the game will give him this. His time to make an indelible mark in football administration was cut short, as he was serving with integrity and commitment to the growth of the sport in Namibia and beyond. During this difficult time, we offer our heartfelt sympathies to his family, friends, colleagues, and all who had the privilege of knowing and working with him. May you find strength, solace, and profound memories of his contributions to the game. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Please accept our sincerest condolences. Yours, President Kosafa, and say, I thank you very much.
needed outside.
Thank you very much. Brother Modise, Jelly, are you here? May come with me here, please. Modise, Jelly. I will be giving the message from the Namibian Sports Commission. First and foremost, I would like to apologize my board chairman. She traveled to the north because we had another funeral in the north where we were burying one of the board members for dealing with youth. So she was assigned to go to the northern part of the country to help us in that line because the minister could not travel that side. With me here, I have some colleagues also from the Ministry of Sports, but they represent boxing family. Because of time, I will be a proxy of all sports. Will that be okay? They spoke already in the candlelight last night. They represented us very well. They come from professional boxing board. So he's dealing with the logistics. Brother Modise, he speaks nice Tswana language. Nice Tamara? This is Tamara? Which one? That one? Afrikaans. But we mix Afrikaans, Tamara. And lucky now he speaks our language home. I said you are from home. So we speak from home. So there will be, so I'll just send it to proxy on the Diaspora Fraternity. Before I read the message that has been prepared, I just want to emphasize one aspect. The Namibian Sports Commission is a regulator of 66 sports codes. All the sports codes, the sport code number 1 as our child is football. Sport code number 2 is netball. Sport code number 3 as a child, it is rugby. Then we go to sport code number 4, it's athletics. Number 5 is boxing. We go to swimming, you name them, up to 66, the entire country. So what I'm going to speak now is on behalf of the entire sport fraternity. However, I will address one very crucial aspect about one child. It's a real thing that I'm going to talk now. When he joined the sport fraternity, I knew him before, we are family members before, but I want to talk about the time he took over football. There was infighting in football. I stayed from 2018, 3 years. There was drought in football. The government of Namibia was concerned about football. Reason being, football needed an administrator to help the Sports Commission and the Ministry of Sport ensure that football goes back to where it's supposed to be. I must appreciate the council or the board of Namibian Football Association for making the right choice. On the that was the 1st of April, when they made that announcement. We were in Hobbies. They invited me, they invited the minister. We sat and the announcement was done. I texted Charles. I said, congratulations, brother. I sent the message on the Masubia group. People started asking me, Mr. Muya, 1st of April. That's what people said. That is history. Charles joined us. I talked to my brothers to football, and they know I told the story, even in venue I mentioned it. There was a time football was not connected to government. Football wanted to run their affairs and they wanted. But since Charles took office, he knew protocol. I'm very, very happy the Secretary General of the SWAPO Youth League that you trained him to know how government structure operates. Charles could not operate without going through the government structure. Knowing that the regulator have got powers of all sports codes in the country to go the right channel. I want to sensitize one aspect. Last year, at the end of the year, Mr. Vice President, Charles was very honest. You called the leadership and the ministry. He was concerned about the stadium in the country. Yes, after he called because he told the truth. The president of football was called. That Charles has spoken these words. The president, very honest, just said, Charles, yes, you have spoken these words. for the sake of peace, just apologize. It was on a Tuesday, around about 9 o'clock, he called me in the morning. But he spoke my language. We spoke Superior. I will translate how we spoke. He used the word, my leader. That's how Charles would call me. But those who call me on foreign around. But now I'm going to the stadium. I apologize. That I spoke the truth on the stadium, but I'm told I must apologize. But my president told me, just apologize for the sake of apologizing. What did I say to Charles? I'm not going to go to when you are going to get them to the country. Just apologize, no problem. But we need to go. He told me I'm going to do it. And he called and he apologized because people said he spoke bad about the stadium of the country, but it's a reality. But I'm very happy now. Out of the SWAPO manifesto, they're talking about building 121 stadiums in the country the next 5 years. They're talking about 14 stadiums in all 14 regions. And we are talking about category 3 stadiums, the entire country, international level. I believe that's the testimony that at least sport can grow. So he spoke the truth. To cut the story short, before he passed on, it was on a Thursday last week I visited his office. Because the council were having a meeting on a Friday. When I went to his office, I was going for another mission. And I just said, let me pass by his office. Vice chairperson, that was the time he moved to his new office. He was so happy about the council. He said, Mr. Mayor, I'm proud of the council, the board of NFA. They've given me a new office, new furnitures. He looked very happy. That was on a Thursday after 2. I spent 45 minutes. We discussed issues at home. As you know, sometimes when we meet, we discuss issues at home. It's normal. We discuss issues at home, then we went to issues at work. He even escorted me for a meeting where I was presenting. He said, hey, it was my wish that I could also join you here because I wanted to learn something about corporate governance in sport. I said, don't worry, I'll be running the next workshop next month. Then you'll join me, not knowing you wanted to learn something, not knowing you won't be there. On a Friday morning, he sent me a text about the meeting that was supporting against the vice president talk about that meeting. Knowing Charles that every morning he calls me, and he didn't know that I forgotten. On a sad Monday, 9 o'clock, they were having a meeting with the minister. I was supposed to attend that meeting, I forgot. Not knowing Charles is gone. I could not get a reminder, but what happened, around about before 10, it came to my mind. I was supposed to attend the meeting. But then I said, no problem, I'm meeting Charles at 12 o'clock, not knowing Charles is no longer there. The vice president, anyway, come to my office, let me know they got the message. They will come to someone to my office for our meeting. It was made for 12 o'clock. I just happened to see Mr. Marcus. When he arrived at my office, he realized I did not get the message. He took me by my hands, he took me in the boardroom. Then I said something is wrong. And when the members went direct to my office, he told me, Mr. Marcus, Mr. Muya, our brother is no longer there. That experience was not easy for me. But you know, on duty of call, we have to do the meeting. I went inside the meeting because we have people from outside. We just prayed. And we said, let's pray. From there we carried on with the meeting. That is the story. So I'm trying to tell you that we had a very strong person. It's not so easy. It will take some time because I had a very strong connection. The Sport Commission were very much proud about Charles' commitment to work, especially when I mentioned his relationship. There was one madam from our office, Madam Deshi. She told me, Mr. Muya, I'm going to tell the parents she was planning to come here because they worked very well. Because this lady was responsible for compliance in sport. They worked very well. He said, Charles had humility, a sense of humor, and we can say the triple H. When you got humility, a sense of humor in your heart. So it means that's what Charles was about. Let me read the speech as prepared by my chairperson, the Namibia Sports Commission, on behalf of the sport fraternity. The 3rd of March 2025 marks a profoundly sorrowful moment for the football and broader sport community. This day will forever be entered in the history of of our sporting journey, as it brought an unexpected and heartbreaking loss to all who knew and worked closely with our dear colleague and brother, Sikabongo Siyauya. Chao joined our sporting family in April 2024, bringing with him a refreshing wave of change to the football and sport landscape. As the accounting officer of football governance in the country, his impact was immediately and transformative. Within a remarkably short period, he introduced a significant improvement in governance and administration, setting a new standard for excellency in the vital national sport, in football. Football is the Namibia's most beloved sport, and that in the way, most beloved sport, has long been a source of passion and debate. Under Child's leadership, however, much of the infighting that previously plagued the football community was resolved. While disagreement naturally arose, he skillfully managed them with wisdom and fairness. We were deeply moved by Child's humility, sense of humor, and unwavering dedication. He was always available when called by the Namibian Sports Commission for engagement with federations and all stakeholders. His calm, ever-present smile and focused approach to challenges made him a joy to work with. He celebrated achievements wholeheartedly, as evidenced during the 2024 Namibian Annual Sports Awarding window, where his pride in his federation accomplishment was evident. For this time, his federation football achieved a lot of awards, and I believe that time he was quite a very happy man. One of Charles' greatest strengths was his respect for communication channel and his commitment to collaboration. He ensured that the Namibian Football Association worked closely with the Namibian Sports Commission and the regulator of all sports in the country, always adhering to the legal requirement of the Governing Act. Here, we got a law that governs sport, and he could comply to the law that governs sport. Charles' contribution to football and sport governance will be deeply missed. His ability to foster open discussion and build bridges within our community leaves a legacy that will endure for years to come. On behalf of the Namibian Sports Commission and all its affiliates who had the privilege of working with him, we extend our heartfelt condolences to his beloved family, colleagues, friends, and the entire Namibian nation. Pray for comfort and strength during this difficult time. May Mr. Sikabongo Siyauya's soul rest in eternal peace. Proxy on behalf of the entire sports federations or community in Namibia. Thank you. Now we are going to invite the representative of the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Services. The ED of Education of Sport was supposed to travel on Sunday morning. Unfortunately, due to ill health, last night, on Sunday evening, he delegated someone from the Zambezi region to come and read the speech from the ministry. So, Dr. Cornelius.
Standing here from the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service, where there is also family member and a brother. I'm here with me a speech from the Deputy Minister of Sport, Youth National Service, Dr. Emma Atema. As said already, it was supposed to be delivered by the ED, Mr. Justus Nitegela, but he couldn't make it because of he's also not feeling well. I'll read as it is written. The Director of Ceremonies, Ms. Sikabongo Siyauya, the mother of the late Mr. Siyauya, the children of Mr. Siyauya, the real family, friends, and colleagues present, ladies and gentlemen. Dear owners, it is with a heavy heart that I address you today from afar, as we gather to remember and honor the life of Charles Sikabongo Siyauya, the late General Secretary of the Namibia Football Association. Though I am able to be with you in person, my thoughts and prayers are with all of you during this time of profound sorrow. Charles was a man of kindness, with respect and gentleness. In the short time I have had the privilege of knowing him, these qualities shone through, leaving a lasting impression on all who met him. His sudden passing away on March 3rd, 2025, has shocked us all, and the void left. I extend our deepest condolences to the Siyauya family, his colleagues, and the entire football community. Let us keep them in our thoughts and prayers as we navigate this painful loss together. His legacy will continue to inspire those he touched in Namibia and beyond. May his soul rest in eternal peace. I thank you.
Thank you. We'll just make an announcement. We are not going to read messages, but we'll just indicate the message come from which department, because messages are also in the book of condolences. There will be messages that come from Mr. Rigen Musunga, representing North Conference Youth Ministry. Message coming from the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture. What's the name of the school? Sisebe Primary School. They sent a message. Message that comes from our sister here in Pambo, but just a message of condolences, but come from Pambo. I was not say them, so it will remain Pambo as it is. Message that comes from Space Age Football Club, signed by representative of Space Age Football Club. Message coming from one of the child was calling Mr. Siyauya and the uncle from Namasiku Mabuku. There's also a message that came from Dr. Hafiku. Dr. Hafiku, the former Minister of Health and Social Services, but is also serving at NFA. I think I don't know what department is that one, but my boss is not telling me. I don't want to go into make it to the message, but he sent a message. So what's happening, we are going to give all these messages. Please bear with us, we cannot read these messages, it will take us time. We will put them together with the book of condolences. We will so encourage people to sign the book of condolences. At this time, it's my honor that we invite the biggest house or the biggest agent of change in the region, the Regional Council, I believe in the office of the governor, or I don't know whether the representative from the Regional Council. So we need to be guided, from the Regional Council, the office of the governor. So the office of the governor will come and deliver the final message of condolences. And later on, we will definitely be engaging with the sermon, because it's getting late. Honorable Governor.
the regional leadership, both from the regional council and the local authority council. Dear partners, I stand here on behalf of the regional council and on behalf of the residents of the Zambezi region to deliver our condolences to the family. Dear village family, these are heartbreaking moments, so heavy to bear. Grateful that we are gathered today for a life short-lived, but full of abundant memories of one another. On behalf of the Zambezi region, and indeed on my own behalf, hereby extend our heartfelt condolences to the entire Siyauya family and their acquaintances. It takes a faithful heart and mind to solemnly believe that comrades Siyauya is no more. But the reality of the matter is what we have gathered before to celebrate his grief. Who Charles was. I met Charles sometime early in the 90s, and from 1998 I started seeing his articles in the newspapers. I started questioning who Charles is. Because after the early 90s, I did not know where he went to. Then we met briefly. Then in 2011, when I came to this region, I started working with the government. He became a very resourceful person. He was always late to my office, why this and that. He's a person who likes to know. He liked to question, to ask, and something which is not clear to him. On his articles, I used to congratulate him. Thank you very much for that article in the newspapers. Then there was one article which he wrote and I didn't congratulate him. Then he phoned, what happened? He didn't congratulate me on this one. Then I said, no, that one, you missed the point. It was about the honor. When you change the name from Schumann to honor, those who read that article will remember. Then we talked about it, we laughed about it. He was always calling me my leader. What about this? Then we would talk. Then came the serious case of 2022, 5th November, the Chindo family and their cousin from Zambia. I was coming from Zambia that particular day. Mr. Charles Chindo phoned me that his brothers went last evening fishing and they are nowhere to be seen. started hearing rumors that they were being murdered. Early in the morning, the 16th, I took the trip to go to the city. He phoned me, where are you? I told him, I'm already here at Kasika. Just to hear what happened. It is not easy. After that, meetings with the Namibian Lives Matter leadership, where he was also a member. We used to talk in the leadership, and we had also some points that we agreed upon and some we don't agree upon. Jona Fomo Shule, the governor of Jona Fomo Shule, the some people just have much of all those things. I'm also the mothers of Namibians are so close to my heart. When I started here in 2011, there were no names of the people who are murdered by South Africa. I approached our leaders, requested them to give me a list in that jurisdictions for people who are murdered by victims. So I got 32 in number. Just when I got that 32, the BTF strike me. I went to the spot with the inspector, what is the commander and Inspector Sikabongo. We went there, we met the family. One guy was the son to Mr. Sicho, and the other one was Mr. Ernest Manguli. And the survivor, we managed to interview with the inspectors. He related that they were fishing the BTF program on home. But this third one did not see him, so he hide himself. These guys, they packed their canoes to go to the BTF. They murdered them there. And this guy survived. It's the only one to tell this story. Charles was connected, well connected. The other time he phoned me from Kachikama that the BTF have arrested from Stumwa Island at Mama. Then I asked him, what should I do? He said, I don't know. I said, okay. Let me phone the headquarters. I informed the headquarters. Those people at Kachikama, they were fined. Then they were released to the camp. Charles was well protected. If there is any minister coming here, or the president, or the prime minister, will be the first to tell you that if the prime minister is coming to this, make an appointment for you with him. Always. Before the letter comes officially, he knew already. I also relied on him for information. Because it was always correct. His politics was always correct. That's Charles. In 2020, our senior brother is the head of the Korofu family. It was only the death of Mr. Elvis Anand when the late Boniface lived, whom we buried yesterday. He also passed away on the 3rd of this month. He was also born on the 16th of March. What a coincidence. So, Mr. Boniface Limbo, when we met, the family was a very good man. Papa, he was also there. That's where we came to know that we are related. This blood thing is very tight. You can kill yourselves just because you don't know who's you. Or we start to fight it's blood. So, dear family, we have lost in this region a very, very brave man. Charles was brave. Everybody knows that. A man who stood grounds when handling issues and aligned his activities and conducts professionally and was devoted to service. That's one thing. Gave him a task to do it. In my office, the two resourceful persons, the Juna, was Charles and the late Bernard. Any task that was given by the authorities, I used to consult them. And these two people were right. They had his they had that experience of writing. It was a talent for them to write. And they did it well. We have lost prominent figures in society during the past week. As I mentioned, last week was tired. We lost many people. From Friday up to tomorrow, we just funerals, burials from last week. It was just to us. And comrades Siyauya is one of us. And he was a person who was keen to be on the rise going up. 50 years, almost 50 years. 3 years short. That's too young to die. He was still going up. It was in April when we went for soccer in Barbados. With the Namibian soccer what? newspaper cutter, to the Councillor Precious Chaka, but that's all I can. She's the one who came to tell you that, Charles has been promoted to General Secretary. I was just watching the case very late as I was coming in the statement. As I went to sit, Comrade Robert Shimoshi, the president of the I approached him and told him that we have appointed Charles as the General Secretary of NFA. Before that, Precious said, talk to Charles. Congratulating. So she phoned. There was no response. I phoned. There was no response. Now, when I came to the president of NFA, he phoned. There was no response. Then later on, when he phoned, I talked to Charles and congratulated him. Later on, I sent a message to congratulate him for that. As we have heard from others, that it's very well, it's working very well. And we heard also letters from abroad, South Africa, Zambia, and other countries. It means he was doing very well. Unfortunately, God's timing is not on our side. We have heard of what Mr. Siyauya has done for this region and the nation from the messages which we heard already. He was a servant to many, and he was one who used to work with everyone as a team, with the purpose of rendering services, both to the youth and the elderly. We have lost an energetic, vibrant man who would not hesitate to knock at my office door with anybody. What a loss. Dear bereaved family, these are memories shared today in honor of who Charles was to the family and society at large. May we ponder on and ensure that his legacy continues. May I tender my apologies for coming late with the chairperson of the President of Council, the Chief Regional Officer, and the others, and the councillors, honorable regional councillors. We have our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works and Transport of the region. So that's why I'm dressed like this. We will be in the field. And then tomorrow, we will not attend the funeral. Still accept our apologies. We are going to leave Panama with the Deputy Prime Minister and also the Minister of Home Affairs to Kawana. Family members, dear members, may you feel the presence and love of God through those that surround you. Find comfort from the words written in the book of Psalms 34, verse 13. The Lord is close to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. May the memories of your loved one give you strength in the days that lie ahead. May you have comfort and solace in the Almighty God. May His soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you, Honorable Governor. We have now come to the last part where the church will take us. Just some few housekeeping rules. Once the church is done, the body viewing will be done outside. We are going to move the body and it will be done outside according to the protocol of the church. That's the ritual of the church, how they do it. So we do it from outside. So from there, the body will be departing to the village. There will be some activities in the village for the entire night, but some few announcements later will be done. So we are now going to give the floor to the church, and we are much conscious of the time, but we believe we'll be able to finish on time. We are going to retire now. Me and my co-director. We are retiring now.
Our text is taken from the book of Psalms 120, verse 1 and 2. The text is as Psalms 120, verse 1 and 2. In my distress, I cried to the Lord, and He heard me. Deliver my soul, O Lord, from blindness and from deceitful tongue.
Wire 392, 392, 392.